All right, welcome back to another 2021 MLB draft preview. This is a very special one for my part co-founder and owner of the site Prospects Live, Mr. Matt Adams. You may know him as Smata. Huge Angels fan. He's tuned in. He wants to know, Joe, where are the Angels going to go this year at pick 9? They have a ton of options. They're in one of those positions and sort of sit back and see who drops out of the first 8 picks, and maybe they can clean up. I think we both are in agreement that they're going after one particular position group. It's one that they've gone to in 2020 and had some success, as Reid Detmers right at the moment has one of the highest swinging strike rates in all of minor league baseball. But I think he's top 5 in all of AA. He's getting 18% swinging strike rate right now. His velocity's up. Could it be that the Angels are actually showing the ability to make pitchers better, or do they do it on their own? We don't know. But Joe, what direction do you think the Angels are going? Could it be college pitching?
Everyone I've talked to seems to think it's college pitching. I give credit to the Angels. 2017, Joe Adell, excuse me. 2018, Jordan Adams. 2019, Will Wilson. They really, Kyron Paris, I think was his name, was in there.
Yeah, right.
They really went after some really, really exciting high ceiling prospects, difference makers. Now, not all of them have panned out. I think Joe Adell still looks like he could be a star, but the jury's still out on Jordan Adams and some of the other guys. So they've had to pivot. And Reid Detmers last year, you watched him in the 6 weeks that we had college baseball. He was so overpowering. He was so well beyond everyone else in college baseball that you just kind of knew once he got to the big leagues, he was going to just blow through a ball. So I would expect him to kind of work his way into the even higher upper minors as we close out the year. He should be with the Angels in 2022. I have no doubt about that. But I think they're going to double down on that and go with a college pitcher in 2021. And it kind of works out nicely. They have the 9th pick in the draft, and there's a lot of college pitching that's going to be available right there. You look at even someone like Kumar Rocker. Kumar Rocker could fall to the 9th pick because there's so many high ceiling preps that may leapfrog him. So Rocker's definitely a guy to watch for. I think Sam Bachman is another guy to look out for. I don't know if he's necessarily the type that the Angels would target. They've had so much trouble with keeping pitchers healthy, and that goes back a very long time. Bachman has a little bit of a volatile health history. You also have Ty Madden. You have Gunnar Hoagland. He's going under the knife, so maybe something to keep in mind. You've got guys like Gavin Williams. So there's a lot of college pitching that's going to be available with that 9th pick. I don't know which one they're going to go with, but it sure seems like it's set up perfectly for the Angels to kind of put another peg in their farm system and a future rotation featuring Detmers and whoever they pick. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that probably fits them to a T. On the other side of things, I think we see with Adell and Adams, Kyron Paris, they're not scared to go after an elite athlete with huge upside and maybe take a potential chance there. When they took Jordan Adams, I think we sort of forget this is a guy that was, I think, not all that different from Lonnie White. I think he was a 4-star football recruit to UNC. Where his father actually, I believe, is the offensive line coach or defensive line coach, and was at one point. He might have moved on Georgia Tech or somewhere like that over the last couple of years. But a football guy. He was famous for one of his dunks in a high school gym class became an actual GIF on Twitter. I'm sure people have used it a bunch, don't even realize that's Jordan Adams. But he was considered a really hard sign. Even at the point of the pick and the days after, Adams was considered a really hard sign, and they went out and they made it happen, and they got it done. Unfortunately, with Will Wilson, it sounds like they had to, for whatever reason, sort of move on from him pretty quickly in sort of a grab for cash. There's been some odd ownership stuff over the years, but they have drafted pretty well. Now it's a new GM, but I don't think that necessarily is going to stop them from either targeting college pitching, like we saw, like you've mentioned, or taking whoever the highest upside prep is at that point. That if one of these shortstops did happen to fall to them, it wouldn't shock me, especially if it's Lawler or Watson. if they went and selected one of those guys there. But they have a lot of options based on where they are picking at 9 in that group, as you said, of the Bachmans, the Ty Maddens, if that's where you want to go, Gunnar Hoglund, if you believe that, you can rehab him and have him come back in full strength, or Jordan Wicks even. So there's a lot of different options, a lot of different places that they can go. Some guys with some big velo on their fastball. We know that they like that. So they sort of have the luxury where they pick, they can kind of wait and see and then pick whatever comes to them, because I think any of the strengths within this draft, being the athletic high school players, or the depth of sort of college starters, probably plays right into what they're looking for and what they've done a relatively good job of developing over the last few years.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Would it shock you if the Angels, maybe none of these Lawler, Harry Ford, Meyer, Watson, maybe they're all gone. Would it stun you if the Angels grabbed Benny Montgomery?
Not totally, frankly, because I think once again, he's a guy that really fits into sort of their, I don't want to say misuse the term model, but, sort of fits into their flavor, of a really high upside, super athlete, super twitch sort of prep player. So I think Benny Montgomery fits squarely within that range. It wouldn't be a total shock whatsoever. I even think, they're maybe reaching on a guy like Will Taylor. Wouldn't be a huge shock. It may be a little bit of a shock just because I don't think any of us think that he's really going to be picked in the top 10. But for them to go after someone like that, and then they're going to have a lot of options when they pick in the second round to maybe see if, any of those talented high school shortstops in the second tier, like a Stovall or Carson Williams, drop to them in the second round. And I think the same thing with some of the talented prep outfielders like a Josh Baez or a Bonnie White or Will Taylor, who may go a little bit later than Brady Montgomery. Might be a little early for him, but wouldn't be a total shock if he went sort of in that point in the early second round. So maybe they end up going college pitching here just simply because they're going to have a lot of options of sort of archetype that they chase with their second round pick. There'll be plenty of college starters there as well, but maybe not of the same caliber of quality. But
there will.
Joe,
Jeff,
anything else you want to add on the Angels?
I was going to say, number 9 is where things could get weird. I think you and I both agree that 1 through 7 is going to be something close to what we think, some sort of chalk. 9, 10, and beyond, it could be a total, just complete chaos. So, Angels, maybe you're going to give us some chaos ball. But that's all we got for the Angels. Jeff, I don't have anything else for you. That wraps up the AL West. Next week, we've got another division and team preview for you. We can't wait to bring that to you. Thank you for watching this week. We'll talk to you soon.